Hi, I'm Louise, I'm 35, I'm from Hartlepool. I do quite a lot of fell running, off-road running, and I've picked up various injuries from this over the last few years, and I've been having physio on for injuries for my knee and for my foot. I think the main thing about physio for me is to get you rehabilitated so that any weakness that you pick up through the injury, it isn't cascaded so that you might have a weakness somewhere else, and it makes sure that you're getting strength back into all the muscles and all the ligaments that you need to, so that you're aligned, so you're not picking any injuries up anywhere else.
Think back to your first ever experience with physio, or your first injury. How long did it take you to actually pick up the phone and go and see somebody about it? So not necessarily with me, just the first time that you got injured, how long did you sit every day and wait for it to get better?
It took me ages, and the injury kept reoccurring with my knee, and then I was taking time out again, and then having to get back into the training again, and then eventually you just get so that enough's enough, and then you pick up the phone and you take the first steps to getting it put right, and you realise you should have done it probably 6 months earlier.
So do you think it took you 6 months?
Probably, the first time.
So what did you do in that 6 months? What was your kind of escape route to try and find information or to get help? What would you have tried?
Well, you do the usual thing that everybody does now, and you do the Google search, which frightens the life out of you, and you self-diagnose yourself and then panic, and then you probably rest for a little bit and think that it is getting better, and you're just making it worse, or it's not getting any better, and then you end up having to do the searches to find out where you can get a good physio.
What did you think before you first came in for physio? What was the question you wanted to know, or what was in your head to kind of wonder what physio was like?
I think the question in any sort of sports person's mind is, how long is it going to take before I'm back to full fitness? I think when I thought of physio in the past, my perception of it was that you only ever had it when you had an accident, or you've been in a car accident or anything like that, but it's actually not. It's getting your body to fitness to do your sport or whatever you do, and make sure that you're not going to pick any other injuries up going forward. If
you had to describe it to a friend, or let's say your mum hurt her back and she was and ahhing to go for physio, what would you say to her about the whole kind of experience of physio?
Just go and get it done. From the whole experience, from walking in the door to leaving the door, you'll find that it's really friendly, that the physios explain everything to you, so you know exactly what treatment you get, and you've got a kind of an idea of how long it may take to get better and what your other options are as well. So the longer you leave it, the longer you're just in mid-air really, and you're not going to get anywhere to get better.
What do you like best about physio? So of all of the things, the physical side of it, or even the psychological side of it, what's your main thing with physio?
God.
What does it give you? More of a physical side of improvement, or a psychological to know what it gets, what's wrong with you and how to get better?
A little bit of both really, because I do frighten myself from doing the Google searches and self-diagnosing, but also I know that because things are so well explained to me and explained what effect the muscles or anything will have on other different parts of the body as well, it puts my mind at ease that I'm getting that strength back in those muscles so that I can go and do the sport that I want to do.